Hi, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to the Let's Keep Moving with Risha podcast. This is Risha. I'm a motivational speaker, content creator, and I love talking about things that will help you keep moving in your life, especially on areas like your life, mental health, love, growth, and everything in between. If you're ready, let's keep moving. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for spending another time with me. Again, it's going to be another 30 minutes talking about things that are not usually talked about in the dinner table, but we're talking about here. So, whatever you're doing right now, you might be just intently listening to me, or you're doing the laundry, or you're mopping, or you're doing something else. Then welcome. You are all welcome. I remember, may nakilala kong Instagram friend. Tapos, nagulat ako, Tagali pa lang siya. Tapos, minessage niya ako one time na nakikinig daw siya ng podcast ko habang naglilinis siya ng bahay. And, I would agree. Kasi kahit ako, kapag, kunwari, naglalaba ako sa dorm, sa apartment, or kaya naglalakad lang ako, papunta ako sa school, I really am doing something to make my time more productive. Parang guilt-free. Pero of course, kailangan pa din na may mga oras at panahon na wala tayong ginagawa. But yeah, I'm really appreciative. Super thank you sa lahat ng mga nakikinig. Even on days na dapat hindi naman talaga sila nakikinig. But you guys are showing up. And I'm so happy to be able to talk about this. Kasi I think a lot of people have been asking me this. Before we even get started, I just wanna say na one of the best things that I really appreciate when I started content creation is when people would message me their messages and asking or even just thanking me, and minsan kinukwento na din nila yung buhay nila. You know what? As much as I really want to give you advice, as much as I really want to go out of my way and help you, I should say firsthand in this podcast episode that there are really a lot of people who have a lot of advice column. Like literal, kapag nagtanong ka kung kani-kanino nang gagawin sa buhay mo, and if they're not self-aware, they can easily throw a ball on your ring and say, ito yung gawin mo. Ito yung dapat. Kung ako yan yung gagawin ko. Diba? I mean, I've asked people advice. I'm always at a point of my life where kapag hindi na talaga kaya ng sarili ko, I will really go out of my way to ask advice. Pero madalas kasi, some people do not have authority to do that. And some people don't know what it feels like to be you. Some people do not know exactly what you're feeling. So why would you ask advice from these people, diba? So today, yes, I've been receiving messages from people asking advice, ano daw ba yung thoughts ko, ano daw ba yung insights ko, ano daw yung maipapayo ko sa kanila. And I would always be on the neutral side na you have to think through this. This is still you. This is just my opinion. And the last thing I want is you make your decision based on what I think, because I want you to think on your own, because all the answers in your life are just inside of you. Kaya hindi ko din talaga kayang replyan lahat kapag nag-a-ask sila ng advice from me. Pero today, I'd like to take this in a neutral way talaga and manner. Someone so close to me, not really close naman, pero someone I dearly admired when I was just starting this whole leadership thing back in high school. Sometimes kasi kapag grade 7 ka, you really look up to dun sa mga 4th year, sa mga grade 10, and you will really appreciate these people. And ito ako sa kanya. And nagulat ako, she just reached out to me. And sinend niya sa akin yung screenshot ng message ko sa kanya and letter ko sa kanya back when I was just like grade 7, grade 8. Kasi 4th year siya at that time. So nakakatuwa, and hindi ako nakikringe sa mga ganong actions ko before kasi very appreciative akong tao. Like I could write letters to you, I could go out of my way to thank you, and I'm really that person. So today, I will read her message sa akin, and I will not mention any name kasi This is how I respect her. I firmly believe na her experiences and her question will really touch your heart and will really be so relatable for a lot of people. Kasi ito yung struggle ng mga early adults, making huge decisions. So here we go, we're going to read her message sa akin. And sabi niya, hello, I really want to know your thoughts regarding this kind of matter, but I can't really fully explain it. And naiintindihan ko. I mean, from there, the fact na sinabi niya na hindi niya kayang i-explain means there really something so confusing about what's really happening. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Una, sa work ko, the salary and incentives na binibigay ng work ko is super crazy. I can say I have a really good amount of salary. Pero yung workloads naman is okay lang din. Pero na-fell out of love na yata ako sa work na ginagawa ko since I'm doing this for 6 years. Don't get me wrong. I am super grateful sa work ko now and how it helped me. Hindi ko lang din talaga alam if I should look for another career and start again from zero, or will I continue to do this kasi it helps me and also my family. There's a feeling na I wanted to go out of my comfort zone. I really want to try new things, pero super natatakot ako na ma-disappoint ko ang parents ko if I will not earn as much as I am earning now if sarili ko lang yung iisipin ko at hahanapin ko. Honestly, I wanted to work abroad. Sana sa Europe. Pero if gagawin ko yon, I am really going to start from scratch. And talagang mababang position pag starting. But I know sa self na magiging masaya ako dito. Kasi 'di ba it's my dream country. And kapag nag-start ka pa lang sa Europe, yung salary mo talaga will just cover muna yung para sa sarili mo. And it takes time bago mag-earn ng malaki talaga. Ang gulo kasi there's this thing in my head na tinatanong ko pa rin sarili ko na worth it ba na aalis ako at magsi-start ulit. And napakaganda na ng position ko. Yung earning ko now ay daig pa talaga yung nag-iibang bansa. So that's her message and I really want to honor her for sharing that piece of her to me. Kasi, it starts from here. The moment you get honest with yourself about your problems, about your issues, about the things that are confusing you, it is the moment you open yourself up for the first step, which is changing. And yeah, I just really honor her. If you're listening today, I just really honor your honesty and how open you are with your problems. Actually, di kami super close right now, pero thank you so much. I really see you and I hear you. There was this couple of times na nafi-feel ko na hindi ako fit for the job I'm doing. Like you, I feel like I'm meant for more. I don't know. Only a few people can relate. Only a few can really meet me where I am. But that's how I feel. And I'm saying it not because nag-iinarte ako. I'm saying this because it's true and I've been feeling it for a long time and I just really want this to get out of my head. Parang ganung feeling. And if you're going to ask advice kasi from other people, they would tell you talaga na ang laki-laki na nga ng sahod mo dyan, ang ganda-ganda na nga ng position mo dyan, ang ganda-ganda na nga ng work mo, tapos gusto mo pa ng iba. Parang ang ungrateful mo naman. And I hate it. Why? Because just because I want more doesn't mean I'm ungrateful. The fact that I stayed here for a long time and the fact that you stayed there for 6 years doesn't mean you're ungrateful. The fact that you are trying your best to make every day as productive as you can possibly be, it means you're grateful. And today, I am not going to promise you that after this, you'll have answers. Pero somehow, it will give you a little bit of clarity. And this episode is about making huge decisions. Kasi kagaya ng sabi ko, I felt it eh. I really felt it when you know na parang may calling ka outside of what you're doing, may calling ka outside of what you used to do, and you don't know how to just take a step outside of it slowly. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In our early adult years, we'll really find ourselves in crossroads. We'll really find ourselves having to decide. And we really have to decide. We can't just simply stay at those crossroads na parang okay lang na nandito ako. Kasi what if mabangga ka dun sa crossroads, 'di ba? I mean that figuratively. You have to decide. And hopefully not now siguro, pero eventually you'll get to a point where kaya mo na. So today we're going to talk about how do you make decisions, huge decisions in particular sa life mo. And if you are ready, then without further ado, let's keep moving. Let's start with the first one. And I really want to emphasize this. You can slowly make your way out. A lot of people think that when we want to quit a job or when we want to leave a relationship, we want to live a certain place, we want to move out, we make huge decisions. A lot of people think that we have to do it in a black and white manner, which means resign or stay or leave, yung mga ganong setup. But allow me to tell you this, you can really make a slow way out. So much of what we're thinking are limiting us from what we actually deserve. Here's the thing, you don't have to quit your job now. You don't have to leave or move out right after listening to this episode. You don't have to make such huge decisions. Given the fact that you might be the breadwinner of the family or someone is expecting from you. For me, eto akin lang to For me, you can really make your safe exit. I think what limits us from really pursuing what we want in life is we feel like everything should be ideal. Marami tayong napapanood online, sa YouTube, sa mga social media platforms na I quit my corporate job without having another work or without securing another job and it's the best decision of my life. Di ba madalas nating naririnig yun? And I'm guilty. But I have to say this, like, their decision, these people's decision, sometimes it works well for good. Sometimes it's the blessing talaga in their life. And most of the time, it's really working out for them. Pero we also have to focus on the negative side of the spectrum na paano kung hindi? Paano if I'm not like these people? Paano kung hindi siya mag-work? So here's the thing. For now, you can make your safe exit slowly. So you can start building up your emergency fund. You can start covering up yourself for the next 6 months. So you also get to cover your family para lang ma-cover niya yung mga expenses mo in case na mag-quit ka ng job mo or umalis ka dito sa particular company na madaming benefits. Like for the next 1 year, you and your family are all covered financially no matter what happens. Kasi nga, you prepared firsthand. And this does not only work for those people who are going to quit their job or going to leave a company or going to pursue a dream career. It works on all aspects for me. For example, you want to switch careers. Hindi naman ura-urada na kailangan alis ka agad dun sa previous work mo. Pwede namang right now, take this time to learn. Take this time to upskill. Ano ba yung mga pwede mong idagdag sa mga skills mo so that kapag meron ka ng proper or right amount of foundation, pwede ka nang mag-quit dun sa previous work mo. For example, another one, you are thinking of a career to consider in the future. You don't have to like force yourself na alamin agad yung gusto mo in the future. Hindi naman talaga ganun nag-work. Lucky are those people who are very sure of what they want to be like someday. But what if, paano naman kaming mga taong hindi pa alam? Paano naman kaming mga tao na even on our late 20s, di pa namin alam yung gusto talaga naming maging someday? And when I mean you can slowly make your way out, you don't have to rush yourself towards getting to know yourself ng agad-agaran. You can slowly start to discover yourself. You can slowly start considering options. And the last thing I want is for you to make rush decisions just because you did not take your time. So right now, take your time. You can slowly make your way out. You can slowly try doing that business. Pwedeng side hustle, pwedeng every weekend mo siya gawin. You can slowly talaga try things out. Hindi kailangang mabilis. I remember sabi talaga ng kaibigan ko, kapag minamadali, nagkakamali. And while mistakes are normal, mistakes are inevitable, there are ways to avoid it naman. And that is by slowing down. Remember, kapag nagmamadali, nagkakamali. And okay lang naman magkamali. Pero let's also think of the people who trusted us. Let's also think of the people who are dependent of us. Let's also think of the people who will be affected by that mistake. And I'm not saying that this is a very selfless act, but it's something you have to consider. That's my first point. The second thing that I'd like to point out in this particular episode is the importance of trusting your gut. There was this time after the retreat that I am just operating through my gut. I am just operating through the messages that I feel in my body, through the signals that my body is telling me. So, alam kasi ng katawan natin, if you really are in touch with your inner self, with your body, with your gut, alam mo if you are in danger, alam mo if you are safe, alam mo if something is wrong, alam mo if something is off. And you just have to listen to it. A couple of months ago, natest ako nito. Ang daming signs na binibigay sa akin ng universe. Like, ang dami. 2 weeks niya sa akin binigay yung mga signs na yon. Hindi ako nakikinig. And na-realize ko lang looking back na, okay, sign na pala sa akin ni God yon to do something, to ask questions, pero hindi ko ginawa. And that is when I posted this on one of my Instagram posts. Your gut said what it said. Believe it. Everything around you is a sign. Everything around you is magic. You just have to notice this magic. And you can simply ask signs from the universe, from God. Ask for God's confirmation before anything else. I think, isa din yon sa way kung paano mo matatrust yung gut mo. You have to trust me talaga. Ibang level of confidence when you know that you are operating from a gut feeling. And hindi man siya 100% confidence talaga, pero trust me, when you get to a point na gut na lang talaga, you would thank yourself. Kasi our bodies have the ability to predict something that our minds cannot. Most of the time, our minds are very logical. So, gusto niya ng evidences, gusto niya ng truths, gusto niya na may pruweba muna. But with our body, it can really give you signals even if you have fewer evidences. And ayun, as signs from God, as from God's confirmation. I know a lot of people who randomly as signs from God. And when you get to a point of surrendering, when you get to a point like where you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what to decide, surrender. Kasi hindi yan masosolve sa isip mo eh. Hindi yan masosolve sa deep thinking. Hindi yan masosolve sa overthinking. Sometimes the best decisions are done when you have a calm heart and a calm mind. So calm your heart, calm your mind. Go with the flow and go with it with ease. I have been asking signs from God for half a year or more than half a year na din. Ever since nag-start ako mag-retreats, ever since I became so self-aware, it's this type of conversations na I really want kasi it's something na kayong dalawa lang ni God yung nakakaintindi. And magugoosebumps ka na lang talaga kasi ito pala yung confirmation from God. And kapag nakita mo na, please makinig ka. Please mag-respond ka. When you are called to do something, and when you are called by a higher being, please respond. because that's when the revelation and the magic unfolds. If you're currently finding value in this podcast episode, I truly appreciate it if you can give this podcast a 5-star rating on Spotify, because in that way, we can really help reach more and more people to join us in this community. And that 5-star rating really motivates me to create more podcast episodes. So that go and give me a 5-star rating para we can continue. So yeah, that's it for the third one. So I've talked about first, take things slowly. There's no need to rush it. Hindi yung pag naisip mo, gawin mo na agad. Hindi yung pag ilang linggo mo pa lang naman pinag-iisipan. Alam mo ngang huge decision. Something that can really, really affect your life and the people you love. Take time talaga to make huge decisions. And do it slowly. Second is trust your gut. I really understand that there are times when you don't have enough time to think about a problem or a certain decision, a huge decision. Like, kailangan magdesisyon ka na sa lalong madaling panahon. This is like the best advice I could give. This is the best piece of thing I could give to people. Trust your gut. Your gut said what it said. Believe it. Your body wants to take care of you. Your body wants to heal you. Your body is looking after you. And when you do not believe it, that's when sometimes the disaster happens. So, yeah. Third is, you'll never know unless you try. This is like, I know this sounds cliche, pero maybe you have to hear it once more. And from this episode, you'll never know unless you try. No one ever get to a point of knowing things hanggat hindi nila sinusubukan. And I'm a firm believer of this. We'll more likely regret the things we did not do rather than the things we did. Imagine, this is like the example that a lot of speakers, motivational speakers, influencers are talking about. If you are on your deathbed, you would not think about the things you did. You will think about the things na you did not do. And ang hirap kapag lalamunin ka na ng regret na yon. You know, I know a lot of people who have tried going abroad and it did not work and umuwi sila dito. Pero, you know what? I was able to have this conversation with someone who also went to Europe and hindi nag-work sa kanya. So, umuwi siya kasi there were also some family problems and nagkaroon na talaga ng conflict. Actually, wala pa siyang 1 taon yata doon and umuwi na siya. And wala siyang regrets kasi at least daw nakapunta siya doon. At least na-try niya. At least hindi siya araw-araw na nagtatanong sa sarili niya na what if sinubukan ko? What if nag-try ako? What if nag-visit lang ako for a few months? What if for, tourist visa? What if ganito? What if ganyan? It's a problem that a lot of people has answers na. It's just that you have to make your call. I was listening to this episode of Mel Robbins, definitely one of my favorite episodes with Steven, the podcast host of The Diary of a CEO. If you know him, he's amazing. Mel Robbins is amazing. And there was this one person na nag-ask ng advice sa kanilang dalawa ni Steven because this woman wants to pursue teaching, but she is in a different career. Parang, if I'm not mistaken, nasa banking industry siya. And I was really surprised when Mel Robbins said, you can always go back to your job if teaching doesn't work. And I was like, that's what we needed to hear. You can always go back to your job if teaching doesn't work. You can always go back to doing this if it doesn't work. You can always take back your decision. I don't know about you. I don't know about your case. I don't know what's the setup behind like, but maybe you can still go back to this company or find a better one when Europe doesn't work. And I don't just talk about Europe. I talk about a lot of things you're thinking. So this episode is not just for this person I admire or for this person who sent me that letter. This is for you. You can always go back when it doesn't work. And I hope you can still go back. You can always go back to your job if this business doesn't work. You can always go back to finding another job if this passion project doesn't work. One of the biggest misconceptions of our generation is that we think most of our decisions are irreversible. Most of our decisions are irreversible, but most of them are actually not reversible. It means if nagawa natin yun and it was a mistake, we can still change things. And we can still redeem ourselves. We can still go back. We can still stand stronger. And I think that's what really makes us so afraid of making mistakes. We feel like it's the end of our lives. We feel like there's nothing amazing that's going to happen to our lives. But no, that's actually the pivotal moment. Ito yung inaabangan. Ito yung talagang makakapag-define kung gaano ka ka-strong, kung gaano ka-persevere, kung gaano talaga para sa'yo yung opportunity. And I'm really familiar with the feeling. May urge inside of us that we are called for something bigger. And ito yung paniniwala ko talaga. When you feel it in your core, it's already done. You just have to do the work because it's already yours. When you have faith that it can work, you do whatever you can to make it work. And then you surrender. If you think you can make it work, then make it work. And then if not, surrender. I mean, walang masama kung itatry natin. Walang masama kung magpe-playful in tayo. Because most of the time, this life rewards those who playful in. This life rewards those who go all in. Kaya madalas, pag nakakakita tayo ng mga ads or videos sa YouTube na they quit their job without securing another job and why it worked for them. Why? Because they went full in. They gave their all. And when you gave your all, you are going to be rewarded. Everything you now find easy, you once found hard. Ang mga A player, for them, the top of the mountain is, ang mga A player, for them, the top of the mountain is the bottom of the next mountain. I know you are grateful, but it's okay to want more. It's okay to want to climb another mountain. It's totally okay. And it's okay to be grateful and at the same time still want more. Before I even get to close this episode, I really want you to remind yourself that you are feeling that urge for a reason. Like, there is a bigger reason why you are being called for that particular opportunity. And I hope you respond to that. That's about it, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with me today. I feel like our episode today is really beyond real, and I hope you'd respond and you learn something. I hope you got some insights, and hopefully ma-share nyo din yung thoughts nyo here in the comment section. And for our poll, do you trust your gut? I don't know, pero ever since yun nga, I started going to retreats, I know who I am. And I trust my gut feeling. You can also share your favorite takeaways on social media. And don't forget to tag me at Risha Marceliana because I always love to hear from you. Your feedback and thoughts make me better. And who doesn't want to be better, diba? So I really hope you share what resonated most with you. Again, this has been your friend and your host, Risha. Know that I'm grateful for you. I have always been. And I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you to make this huge decision, one that is worthwhile, one that you really thought through, one that really speaks to you. I'll see you in the next few days. Don't forget to always keep moving. Bye!